go live here. Now we are going to be going to YouTube. Hopefully. I'm going to pop up the window. Okay, this is what it looks like here in the preview. Okay, and now there you go. All right, so, all right, we are live on YouTube. All right, hello, welcome, YouTube. And I'm hearing myself, so I'm going to kill that. Okay, all right. Edward, I will bring you back up in a moment, and let's start this thing for real.
Sounds good.
Okay, I'm going to share this link in the Patron Facebook group also. Okay, so people on YouTube, they get all this behind the scenes stuff. Okay, all right, here we go, and watch on YouTube. Boom. Okay, all right. Here we go. I'll put you on hold.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. All right. And of course, if you want to get your call in, put your hand up, and then I'll call on you, and then and then bring you on. Okay. So that's how we will make this all work here on Patroncast number 52. Okay. So here we go for real. Okay. Hey everybody, what's going on? Rob Cicierno back here for Patroncast number 52, a 52 card pickup here for July 2018 here, taking your calls. Starting earlier start time today. Don't usually do the Patroncast this early in the night, but we're up against LFC Roundtable coming up here on a Tuesday night. I know a lot of people want to switch over to that. Also, tomorrow, August 1st, is, of course, my anniversary of my wonderful marriage with the First Lady of Podcasting. Of course, Wednesday night is a Big Brother night, so we'll also, after the kids go to bed, Nana, Nicole's mom, will be watching everybody sleeping, and I'm going to take Nicole out to dinner. But so much going on here in the world of Rob as a podcast and reality TV. What a month it was in the month of July, of course, highlighted by so much craziness on the Big Brother front. I'm sure we will touch on that here tonight. So many crazy, wonderful things happening in the world of International Survivor. Hopefully, let's try not to spoil things, as I know a lot of people are not necessarily caught up, and I hate to spoil things. Of course, Australian Survivor Season 3 is only hours away. Of course, Russell Hantz is going to be a part of that. So we've got a Big Brother Survivor crossover event with Fear Factor coming up on MTV tonight. Mike Bloom and I are going to cover that. I'm also going to speak to Dr. Sean Caniff later on this week, and finally get one of these Survivor people that I've been trying to track down on for an off-season podcast interview. So the floor is yours. So much to talk about here tonight. We'll take as many calls as you guys want till you guys are sick of talking to me here on Tuesday night, the final night of July. Also, I want to mention that I haven't mentioned this on a Patroncast proper or in the 5 for 5. But if you are part of the, there's one of the offshoot groups of the Rob as a Podcast patron group, is the Inside Schmergenbrawl group, where Akiva, that's the sports off-topic group, the group that was formed for people to, talk specifically deep dives about sports. We, for many years, had the Rob Has a Fantasy Football League running, which really got out of control, where it was 20 people. I had nothing to do with it. It was like a runaway train. I didn't know, first off, almost nobody that was in the league listened to the podcast after 2011. So we moved away from that. We have disbanded the Rob Has a Fantasy Football League. And so we are working on a patron fantasy football leagues because there's so many people that are interested. But if you are not in that group and didn't know about this, and you want to play football with patrons, fantasy football with patrons, we are trying to get that all sorted out. So I don't know the best way to do that, but I guess join the Inside Schmergenbrawl group, and then go ahead, and that's probably the easiest way to do it, rather than email me and then it gets stuck in my inbox. So request to join that group. or seek out Akiva or Jordan Kalish, and we'll see if we can get you in one of these. Like, I think as of right now, we have like 4 simultaneous leagues to try to accommodate everybody. I think we're going to start as many leagues as we can handle. And I think that Akiva tells me I don't need to worry about that. Also podcast with Akiva this weekend. I'm trying to get the gang back together to potentially podcast again. So a lot of stuff to get into with you guys here tonight. And so let me go back to talk to Edward here in the sound check. Let's go ahead and patch him back on. Okay. Edward.
Good evening, Rob.
How are you?
I'm good. How are
Quiet
you?
Trade deadline came and went for the New York Metropolitans.
Yeah, except let's pour one out for our boy Asdrubal Cabrera.
Asdrubal, yeah. Crazy that like his best moment as a Met came against the team he got traded to. I wonder if they overrated Asdrubal Cabrera after his big bat flip 3-run home run from 2016.
Listen, he's probably one of our top players right now, so...
Was.
Yeah.
If I was the Mets, I would have traded everybody. I would have traded Zach Wheeler. The problem is that, and not to get too much into this, is that hopefully the person that is running the Mets is not yet on the Mets. So I guess that in some small way you feel like, okay, well, at least the 3 tenors, they did not screw too much up outside of the Jurius Familia trade.
I'm fine with it.
Yeah. So we'll see. Hopefully we get somebody that knows what they're doing.
Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
We'll keep our fingers crossed. Okay. All right. Edward, what's happening?
First, I have a question that I think everyone tended to forget about.
Oh.
What happened to my boy Michael Yerger stopping by?
What did he? I gotta take a look at my my DMs and see where did that leave off. I think who had the last communication there with me and the Yerg. So I'm gonna go back a ways into my DMs here, and let's see, when was that? Probably around when Steven got married. What was that? Let's see. Yerger. I see all the people that just did not respond to my DMs like Toto. Let's see. Okay, that was back in June. What was the last communication? That he said he was back in La La Land on June 7th. And I said, hey, Michael, I was traveling too. Just got back to LA. You want to try and target something next week if you're around? And he said on June 13th, sounds good to me, brother. And I said on June 13th, do you want to come by the house and do a video show? We can stream it and take questions. That was the last I heard from him, June 13th.
Womp womp.
I don't think it's happening. I think at this point he's a recap guest if he's up for it.
I'll take what I could get.
Take what we can get. Yes. So we'll see. I don't know if we need the deep dive.
Yeah, at this point, I guess it's too late for that.
Deep dive season is, I think, has come over.
Yeah. So, Rob, I have an unpopular opinion, but that's what my big brother opinions tend to be.
Yes. Okay. What's your unpopular opinion?
Well, I listened to Facebook Friday, and I agreed with Aaron, and I'm glad Caitlin's gone.
How dare you?
Listen, the only better result would have been if it was Rockstar that went to the puzzle and went home.
Yeah. Why, you hate Rockstar too?
Oh, yeah. I dislike Rockstar more than...
Who do you
Caitlin.
like? Nobody? JC?
Brett, JC, Tyler. I liked Rachel before this week.
Mm-hmm.
And Haley.
Okay. So
that's my little motley crew.
Yeah, not even all one alliance. You like a cross section of the house.
And I'm one of those people who I don't really watch feeds as much. So I'm one of those people where I'm rooting for the people I'm rooting for. And if they don't win, that's when I'm upset. Like last season, I was happy as hell because I was Team Paul.
You're such a contrarian on everything. You have the opposite take on
that's fine
on all these shows.
That's fine.
Okay. Are you rooting for Russell on?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
You're out on Russell.
I can't wait for him to bury himself or his try to throw an immunity challenge and vote him out.
Yeah. His picture looks so weird, right?
They put him front and center, yet he was in none of the beginning of the promotional material.
What? I don't know. I don't know. So we'll see. I'm excited. I'm here for it.
For all 5 or 6 episodes they get out of him, if
as long
that.
As it would be a shame to see him do worse than Redemption Island.
It's possible, though.
Been planning for years and years and years and years. When I come back, watch what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be. So I'm sure he must have something good up his sleeve. He wouldn't come back with nothing.
And the question is, how many of these people actually know who he is? Because he's on
a couple people
did they? Because I didn't watch any of the.
Yeah, I watched that 14-minute preview, and they're like, "Oh, that's Russell."
Are they the ones that are on his tribe, the champions?
No, I don't know if any of the we didn't really get to see. We saw that the challengers came in first, and then they reacted to Russell. It seemed like Russell was the only person they for a season that's supposed to be like famous champions versus. It seemed like Russell was the only person that anybody recognized.
Didn't I hear like what's he a champion of?
Yes,
because he never won Survivor.
I'm a champion of social media. Talking about who is a legend. Legend champion.
I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting
people's champion. I'm the sprint fan favorite.
He's not The Rock. He's not the people's champion.
If you smell, Russell is cooking.
Oh my god.
Okay. Are you ready for Fear Factor tonight?
Being that it's right after the challenge, I will probably watch it.
Yes. Who are you excited to see?
None of them really.
None of them? Not even let me see. Where is it?
My brother Cody.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna get to see the real thing on the challenge tonight.
Yeah, Paulie Calafiore. You're a Paulie fan, not a Cody.
I am not a Paulie fan, but he brings entertainment.
More than my brother Cody.
Correct.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, he is the more entertaining Calafiore.
But can I challenge spoilers? No. Yes. Maybe.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, Paulie and Natalie lost the challenge last week, so they're in Redemption House now.
With Jose and
Dave.
Oh, it's like Big Brother 18.
Yep, that they'll all meet up tonight.
Glenn should come in with a salad.
That was another story I couldn't freaking believe about Glenn with the salad at the movie.
Glenn brought a salad to the movie theater, everybody. Clean eating. when that got tied back together with that Eric had mentioned previously that Glenn
about the
salad
dressing,
part, I was dying. Watch out, ladies, when Glenn gets back in good shape. He'll be like sending out like Anthony Weiner photos.
Oh no.
Like, hey, don't you think this guy is ripped? Can't you tell this guy has been clean eating? Wouldn't you like to go out I was gonna make a salad joke and I'm not. I'm not gonna do it, Edward.
What about tossing salads?
No, we're not doing that for Glenn or Joey Rodriguez. What he would say.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. All right. Well, are you in on this stock watch?
I am. I'm
How's
obviously
your portfolio?
I think I have 1 Brett, 1 Haley, 1 Tyler, and 3 Scotty.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what I'm gonna do. I have a feeling I'm gonna be stuck with buying Casey, regardless how high or low she is.
Yeah. I wish I got it. I regret. I wish I got in. I feel like I had a lot of insight onto like the ebbs and flows of this season. Yeah. Okay. All right. Edward, I will talk to you soon.
Rob, it's been a pleasure.
Always. All right. Take care, buddy.
Bye.
Okay. All right. That's how you do it. Okay. So just to reset, if you want to come on the show, I know a lot of people are on hold. If you want me to take your call, hit that little button that says put your hand up. I know, although some of you guys are on the phone, so I'm not sure exactly how to do that if you're on the phone, but should I assume? Let me know in the chat if you are in the Zoom. Do you want me to take your call? That I don't know. I'll talk to somebody. Right now, nobody has their hand up out of there. We got 15 people on hold, but nobody has their hand up. So should I assume that means nobody that's on the call wants to talk to me? You can also submit a question anonymously, if you so choose. So, but I can't imagine that nobody wants to come on. This is from Katie Beth Austin. This is my first time watching on Zoom. Can you automatically see us if we watch through the room? No. So when we do Be Live and you are on hold, I can see you when you're on hold. It sort of like activates your camera. There is a little button here to raise your hand if you want me to call on you, and I can bring you on, but I can't see anybody I can see the names of the people that are on hold, but I cannot see if they are on. I can't see your camera, basically. We can also take your question. You can post a question. There's a Q&A button also where you can go ahead and ask a question either by name or anonymously. And, as long as it's not obscene, I'll do my best to answer it. Okay, Steve has his hand up. Let's go ahead and bring him on. Okay, here is Steven. Steven, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Yes, very good. Very good. I was getting lonely.
Good. I know. I felt
nobody wanted to talk to me.
I felt the need to jump on, raise that hand.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know if people are shy tonight or what. Who knows?
Maybe. Thank you for mentioning Zach Wheeler. I'm a Giants fan, and that trade's always hasn't sat well with me.
We you don't like it? You don't like it? I mean,
quite a lot really from Carlos Beltran.
Yeah. Hold on, Steven.
I think we only had him for that season, and we went on to win 2 more rings, but it's still
that was what one of the odd numbered seasons that they traded him, and then what was that, 2011?
That was 2011. Yeah. So I think he went on to the Cardinals after that, but maybe got something more from Zach Wheeler as opposed to Carlos Beltran. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just how I see it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I didn't know that. I feel like that Zach Wheeler has always been a lot of unfulfilled potential with him. That I think we thought he's gonna come in, but he's actually pitched well this year.
Exactly.
The problem with him is that he's never pitched a full season before, and so I feel like at some point he's gonna have his innings shut down. So I don't know why anybody that was gonna trade for him. I think I don't know if they knew that.
No, I think that was probably right around his prime, 2011, where you could have got the most for him, and ever since then it's been troublesome. So
yes,
okay. I don't know. I was going to say Summer of Steve 2018. I think one of the 2 Steves on Australian Survivor are going to take it.
Yeah, I love that. So
I think.
I was laughing so hard when I watched that preview, and it was like, who's going to win, this Steve or this Steve? And I was just like, Summer Steve! Made me so happy. More Steve stuff.
He's going to do it. One of them's going to do it. I like Steve K personally, but Steve W maybe. I think that's a strong champions tribe.
Yes. Steven, do you feel as a Steve that this truly is the summer of Steve?
I think so. Off to a bad start with Big Brother, but I think one of these 2 Steves will take it into the fall and complete what.
Yeah, I like the one
Steve
that says
he
knows
started.
a lot of Chinese strategy. And he says, actually, I'm very sneaky all the time. I like that guy.
This is what he's going to.
Having a little trouble with even though it is Summer of Steve, having a little trouble with Steve's audio. Okay, hold on. Let's see if he's back. Bummer of Steve right now. Steven, do you copy?
Am I back?
You're back. Yeah, your audio was cutting out there for a moment or two.
Oh no! Can you hear me now?
I hear you now. Yeah, you're good.
Perfect. Yeah, I agree. I came back when you said "Bummer of Steve" 2018. I think that's probably right with the way it started. This summer.
Yeah. The Steve, the Australian Survivor Steve, like he looks like a nice guy. Like that's really like the ideal way you want to come into one of these shows. That's Russell's problem. Everybody's like, oh no, that it's Russell. You got to get rid of him, as opposed to like, oh no, this is a guy is a nice guy, but then they're really sneaky.
I think
deception.
Yeah, I think they're going to think this is nice older gentleman. As long as we win challenges, we'll keep him around. But I think Russell doesn't have that advantage. I think they're going to see him as sneaky. And then if they lose a challenge, they're going to see him as a liability.
Mm-hmm. So, all right, we'll see what happens. Anything else you want to get into?
No, I think I wrote in the chat. I agree with Ed that I'm not too big on Caitlyn. I would have liked to see Rockstar probably go before her, but I think it was mentioned on the episode recap that I think we saw everything we could from her. It would probably just be more of the same, but
yeah, but
the peak, yeah.
I hate to see her go. So I would have loved to have gotten more, but. Be happy that it happened. Don't be sad that it's over.
Exactly. Perfect. Thanks.
All right.
Hopefully some more people raise their hands.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much. Okay. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. All right. That's how you do it. I don't know why everybody is shy tonight. I guess I'll just end the show. All right. Good night, everybody. This was fun. Nobody else wants to raise their hand and come on, even though there's a bunch of people in the Zoom taunting me. Actually, I have a couple of questions that I can answer. Edward wants to know, how fun was the Survivor South Africa podcast? Yeah, I was happy that I was able to get on the Survivor South Africa podcast with Shannon and Mike this week to talk about everything going on with the Survivor South Africa, the final 6. I really like on these international Survivor seasons that we get down like further in the end game before it's the finale. Whereas I think that it's a mistake that US Survivor, starts the finale with 6 people and has like 3 tribal councils in the finale. I think that's some of the best stuff historically on Survivor's final 6, final 5, final 4. We don't really get that fleshed out in the US Survivor. Instead, we spend a lot of time with final 13 at the merge, final 12, final 11. Everyone's like, no, nothing's happening because, the end is too far away for people to make moves, but we're there with like 1 million people and we don't really know anybody. Whereas you really get to know people when you're down to like the nitty gritty on these Survivor seasons. So that's been very fun and very disappointed. I have not watched Survivor New Zealand. I've heard nothing but exciting stuff about it. And my plan is to get caught up on that one too. All right, let me bring in Bengal Scott. Okay, here we go. Promoting to panelist, Bengal Scott. All right. Yes, Bengal Scott. Hold on. Let me get your audio here. All right, unmute. Okay.
Am I?
You're on. Do you prefer Bengal or Scott?
Either one. All my friends call me Bengal Scott because I'm the only Bengals fan in the county.
Okay. And where are you?
Beautiful Oklahoma by the sea. McKinleyville, California, in Humboldt County.
Okay. And you're a fan of the Cincinnati Bengals?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Nice to talk to you.
Yeah. I was wondering, you were talking about looking for a podcast to do with Akiva again.
Yes.
Have you seen that No Activity on the CBS All Access? It's a Will Ferrell project.
No, what is it?
It's a half-hour comedies. It's 8 episodes. Their season is only 8 episodes long. It sounds like it fit into your niche.
Mm-hmm.
It's cops on a stakeout as guys are digging a tunnel underneath the border in San Diego. It's odd. I can't really talk to you about. I don't want to recommend it as being great.
Yeah.
But it's 8 half-hour episodes. You guys could probably go a couple episodes in before and decide whether or not it's worth your time or not.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed the heck out of it.
Yeah. We've gotten such mixed feedback from people in terms of what we should do. There's like no consensus. I kind of thought we'd do the podcast and then a bunch of people would say like, oh, this is the thing. Yes. And one idea would sort of gain momentum. But I think the thing that I like the most so far is just sort of like the, it could be anything from week to week.
Yeah.
So I think that would be, I just don't want to get, I'm afraid of commitment.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. It's only, it's 8 episodes. It's, they're like 23 minutes to 28 minutes a piece. And it works out real quick. Yeah. I was wondering, is John a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan as well?
Yes, he is.
Because I would love to hear his opinion of Alex Kappa. He's their 3rd-round pick this year. He's from my alma mater, Humboldt State, and the highest draft pick they have ever had from our school. He's a really good guy. He he did work at the Humboldt Crabs, which is the summer baseball league we got, and he's just really good with the kids and everything else. And I just because I can't understand how he went in the 3rd round.
I'm lucky that I know what the Jets are doing in the draft, let alone the Bucs. But maybe when John comes on, I'll ask him about.
That was I just think it'd be kind of fun to hear him say what he has to say.
Yeah. Would you like to hear more from John in terms of Tampa Bay Buccaneer football coverage?
Alex Kapp is the only guy I'm really interested in.
Okay.
But go ahead.
Tell me that how long have you been listening to the podcast?
I started listening to it when they switched from Real Player to CBS All Access, because they had the shows on the Real Player with what's her Chelsea.
Yes.
And I was thinking that would be a good guest for you,
Chelsea,
or just any of the old Real Player people that might be.
Who else did they have on there? Adam Pock, I think that they had him.
I think they had him come on. They had a gal, Missy Z, ran the thing. She was like their host and everything.
Yeah, they had like a whole so that if I like this is like around like 2011 or 2012. They had like a whole thing, and then they shut down Real Player.
Yeah,
and then like those people they started like their own website, like Reality or something like that. But then it's sort of like they couldn't sustain it. Yeah,
that's what I was just thinking that might be interesting to do go back to the old days type.
I don't know that do any of those are those people still active on Twitter?
I wouldn't know. I got no Twitter presence whatsoever. But I did know that I looked at that Big Brother group thing, and they're completely shut down. Basically, they haven't done anything for a couple years, which is they were in.
Bengals, Scott, how are the Bengals going to do this year?
It's Marvin Lewis's year.
To get fired or to win a playoff?
Oh no, he's gonna win a playoff game. 15 years.
Wow. It's so crazy that he's been there so long.
Yeah, well, it's complicated, but he basically is the way Mike Brown does things is he runs the whole show. He's before Marvin Lewis showed up, the coaches had to leave on Saturday to go scout college players for the draft. And Marvin Lewis actually established a scouting program. And Mike Brown does not like to fire people.
No.
He does not care to fire people.
Has it really been 15 years? And like, I think I remember
2003 he got hired.
Yeah, I think I remember watching like a game like I don't know why I remember like when I was at Ponderosa in Survivor All Stars, they had like direct TV and I was watching like the Bengals had like a big win. And I remember like, oh, the upstart Bengals, here we go. The John Kitna year, or maybe was that Carson? Did they have Carson Palmer yet?
They drafted Carson Palmer, but he didn't play a single game his first year.
Okay,
that was the year. That was the year of Kitna.
Yeah,
8-8, and then they made the playoffs.
Yeah,
everybody was stoked, and then Carson Palmer got his knee wrecked. And,
yes, I remember against the Steelers.
Yeah. Oh, and your Jets kicked our butt one year.
It was 2010, right? That they played them. Well, it was crazy because they played them in week 17 and the Jets needed to get in to win, and the Bengals like didn't even try basically. And then the playoff game was at Cincinnati. Yeah. And then that was also the day of the Survivor 10-year anniversary party.
It was the day of a 7-point earthquake up here.
Oh my God.
Yeah, the Bengals missed the field goal that would have brought them within 7 with a couple minutes to go.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my buddy would walk outside the bar that we were watching it at, and we were pissed, and all of a sudden it hit.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was the first time I've ever been outside for a big earthquake, and it was interesting.
Yeah, where was the earthquake? Was it in Oklahoma?
No, it's Oklahoma by the sea is it's Humboldt County up here in we're about 100 miles south of the Oregon border.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, and we get some pretty decent earthquakes.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was seriously crazy, but yeah, and I do one more thing, and then I'll get off. But I am tired of people talking about it's chestnut checkers on Big Brother.
Why they say that too much on the live feeds? Or they say
and other people that talk, and even Taryn will go, this is a game of chess, not checkers.
Yes,
but it is checkers. Checkers is the game that you want to get rid of all your opposing pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And chess is you always want to target one person. You target the king, and it irks me that. I was trying to look back, and I think Steve Moses was probably the only chess player in terms of he needed to get out Vanessa. Everybody else that's won this game has just eliminated people, and then they get it, and they just work it down, and they get rid of all the opposing people with no like super huge target in their mind.
Yeah, that's interesting. Now, are you a big chess or checkers player?
I've had friends. There's been periods in my life where like a couple friends will have a chessboard, and so you'll sit there and do it. But I'm not anything like that. But I have played checkers quite a bit.
Yeah,
I've been camp counselors and things like that, and that's the game.
Yeah.
And, Spencer was like Spencer on BB15. Yeah, he was he saved all the bottle caps and created a checker, and had a set of, black for the Coke Zero and red for the regular Coke. And I think that was like one of the secret things that that's how he got Gina Marie sucked in, because she did not want to play chess, but she would play checkers with him for hours on end.
Yeah.
And
and she got to the end.
Yeah, she got to the end, and Spencer took her, and the three of them, I don't think Gina Maria would have cozied up with him if Spencer hadn't had that.
That's interesting. I've never heard that particular take before, but it's interesting.
Yeah. And I also think that people don't target the checker player. Oh my God, they're up on the thing playing chess. They must be super smart.
Mm-hmm.
But, a bunch of people playing checkers, and you still get the chance to have the one-on-one conversations and everything else. I'm surprised more people haven't tried to do that.
So so it's a double meaning of that. So it's better to play checkers both figuratively and literally in the Big Brother house.
That's what I would guess. You never know. All of a sudden, somebody goes, "Oh my God, he saved bottle caps. He must be a genius."
I think that there's just so much pawn talk that I think that, and then there actually is the chessboard in the Big Brother house that I think that's just like more top of mind.
Yeah. Because they've always like nailed Steve. Oh, Steve and Johnny Mac must be some sort of genius or whatever. Everybody just, if people are up there playing chess, they must be conniving. Can't be just playing a game.
Okay. Well, Bengal Scott, so nice to talk to you.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Take care,
You have
buddy.
a good one.
Okay. Bye. All right. There we go. Ben, Bengal Scott. That's I always love when we hear from somebody new that I didn't even know was out there. There you go. Bengal Scott. All right. Let's go to Katie, who's ready to go. Let's bring on Katie Beth Austin, who thought that Bengal Scott was saying chestnut checkers. Hold on. Let's get the unmuted and okay. How about now? Hold on. I still don't hear you. Why don't you take those headphones out? See what happens. How about now? I heard me. Well, why don't you talk?
Rob?
Yes.
Okay, you can hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. I have a laptop that's like 10 years old, so.
No problem.
Yeah, I didn't know if it'd work.
I heard myself, but so the laptop then can do some like noise canceling stuff. So good. How you doing?
Good. Yeah, this is my first time in 4 years, I think.
Yes. Nice to have you here.
Yeah. So I guess I used to keep like a list of questions, but it was on an old phone, so I don't have it anymore.
Okay.
Because I always end up working during these things. But a while back, I was driving through my town, Port Washington, and I saw someone in her Hap sweatshirt, and I put it out on the off topic, and nobody responded. So if
Port Washington, Long Island,
Wisconsin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Your Wisconsin accent.
Yes. No, I didn't pick it up right away. So you spotted somebody in RHAP gear.
Yeah, I was driving up this hill where you just like, it's so super curvy, so you just cannot pull over at all or anything. And they were walking a dog, and they had the sweatshirt on with the bell. And so I freaked out, but yeah, if anybody's out there.
Yeah. Wow, this is like you're on like a desert island and saw like a ship. Like, hey.
Exactly. Because Christine's in Madison, and then Isaac's all the way on the other side of the state. But as far as I know, we're 2 or 3 of the only ones in Wisconsin. So yeah. Okay,
well, that a random RHAP sighting.
Yeah. Sorry, as soon as I started talking, my cat came out, so
we get that a lot. That's fine.
Right under the computer.
That happens.
Yeah, of course.
Are you watching Big Brother this summer?
Yes, this is the least I've been able to watch live feeds ever since I started watching, so I'm disappointed in myself, but it's just work and all that. So.
Were you, unlike Edward, sad to see Caitlyn go out?
I was sad for TV, for good TV.
For good TV.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, I had a very exciting night last night. I was really over the moon last night because I had gone on Twitter. I don't know if you followed any of the Andy Herron drama yesterday.
I saw when I woke up the post, and then I clicked. Someone put the link, and by the time I clicked the link, it was deleted.
Yeah, so Andy Herron posted like on Twitter, like, "Oh, I'm very sad that my friend Amanda is dead," and had like a picture of like her Big Brother like swimsuit photo, and then people were very upset with Andy for joking. That I wasn't offended that he made a joke about somebody being dead. I was offended that he made a joke that wasn't funny. I don't know why he thought that was hilarious, but then people got mad, and he's always like very quick to say like Big Brother fans are horrible, but so then he was like in a whole like Twitter war with people that were offended that he did that, and then he was tweeting later in the day about how he and Caitlyn have made communication and they're such good friends, and I responded to that tweet, "Is she alive?" And so this is where the story really takes off. So I was so excited because then hopefully you guys can see this, but So I have pulled this from my Twitter here. So if you check this out, so this is this is that conversation where Andy said, "Everyone remain calm." I talked to Caitlin, and so I responded, "Is she alive?" And here's Caitlin Herman, Rob ILY, and it took me a couple of minutes to figure out what she was talking about, but I think that means I love you.
Yeah, I'm the worst with these abbreviations. It's embarrassing. It took me about 2 years to realize what TBH meant.
So I didn't know what to do. I was freaking out. This was my response to her. I said, me, RN. I'm trying to, act like I know what these abbreviations mean.
Yeah.
And then here's this GIF I posted of Caitlin saying, my heart is pounding.
That's
And
awesome.
then I was so excited. And so I can tell you at this hour that I have been in communication with Caitlin, and not like in like a spiritual way of where, that I have been talking to her last night, and we were going back and forth on the DM.
That's exciting.
It was very exciting.
Can she come on? Because wasn't Steve trying to come on, but he said CBS?
Yeah, so she said she wants to come on. She did not seem to know about anything with CBS. I will reach out to CBS again and see like what it's the same sort of thing where CBS always does this where it's like, oh no, nobody do anything, and then they say you have to get permission, and then eventually it's like do whatever you want. So
yeah, like they always wait and ask for permission, and then they end up on, and I forgot his name, but that guy that used to do Amazing Race recaps.
Yeah, Eric Curto, right.
Yeah.
So
sometimes they magically end up on his show.
So now here's the crazy slash amazing slash concerning part. So in my communication with Caitlin last night, I was telling her about how, I'm from Long Island and I live in the Valley also, just like you. And she was telling me how she's on Long Island now for the rest of the summer, but she actually, I found out, lives like within walking distance of my house.
Stop. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. You can have her over for family dinner.
This is gonna be
at your parents' house, or is it in California? She's in walking distance, or in New York?
Yes. No, she's not here right now.
Okay, I thought you meant like your parents' house.
No. When she comes back to California, she lives within walking distance of where I am now.
There we go. I thought you meant take her down. Do a podcast in your mom's basement.
Yeah, I have not shared this information with Nicole yet.
She'll be so excited.
I don't think so. But this is very, very exciting. She said there was somebody. There was a reason she needed to be outside of the house. Maybe this was it. But you know what? I love Caitlin. She's the most entertaining person. And you know what? I have to say, even though she folded like a cheap suit trying to do the puzzle, you know what? There's a lot of people that would have come out of that house, seen everything that was said about her, seen everything that was written about her, and would have had a nervous breakdown. And you know what? Rolls right off her back.
Yeah. She
is resilient.
Apparently being a life coach means you're really well adjusted.
Yeah. She's like, she is on the one hand, like, very easily defeated.
Yeah.
That's the puzzle. But then also, like much like Chumbawamba, she gets knocked down, but she gets up again, and you're never going to keep her down.
Yeah. I already miss her in the show aspect. That episode was like just bizarre. And not necessarily in a good way, I guess.
I mean, how many people would come out of the house on a Thursday and realize that their 5-year relationship is over. They're on TMZ for saying inappropriate things that people think that she's a crazy person, and she comes out and is just like, here I am, world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that.
No.
You watch her on Off the Block?
What did I watch her on with Ross and Marissa?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It was just like so emotional, but like positively emotional. It was very.
That's her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, she's something else. That Caitlyn. They broke the mold when they made her.
Yeah, but she's willing to go back.
Yeah, why not?
So that's good. Good for us.
So good. Yeah. So. No, it's really it's exciting times.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'll see. Hopefully, much more to come with Caitlyn.
Yeah.
It's just crazy if she's like down the street.
Yeah. That. I'm just so excited for when Nicole finds out.
I'm not. Nicole does not seem to be a fan.
It could be a half episode. You needed more ideas, didn't you?
Yes, that'll be great.
Caitlyn comes over for a life coaching session.
Yeah. Yeah, it writes itself. But, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth the emotional toll it will take on me.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. So is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
So one of the questions I've had for years now, I guess it's because it's from the Spicin' Hour. You mentioned on there that Below Deck reached out to you.
Yeah, well, I think that there was like a casting person that asked something about if I don't remember, was it me or was it Tyson? There was somebody that got like a question. Why do you watch that show?
I'm obsessed with that show. It's actually the new episode's on tonight. The TV's on right now.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's kind of it's really good. People really like it because it's the people that have to make the charter work, and everything, and like I work in a restaurant, and I make the restaurant work sort of thing. So it's seeing parallels, but like I just want to be on a boat all the time, but I can't swim, so I don't think I could ever do that job. But I was just curious because
is one season the same people? Is it all about one boat?
So there's Below Deck and then there's Below Deck Med, and both have the same chief stew, which is like the manager that works with the guests.
Maybe you know all the terminology.
Oh yeah, I want to be there. Yeah, but and then they're doing another spinoff. But season to season, there's casting changes, but they keep, for the most part, they keep the captain and the chief stew the same.
It's a real boat too, like they're real like boat people.
Yeah, it's a real boat and it's a real charter. The people on the charter get a discounted rate because it's for TV, and also they cut the time like in half. Normally charters are a week long, and these are only 3 to 4 days.
Yeah. Do you think I missed the boat literally and figuratively with not doing this with Tyson and Spencer Pratt?
I mean, I was very excited, but it would have been brand new at that point. And of course, I'm thinking about it like he wouldn't be able to podcast. The Wi-Fi is terrible on the boats and stuff.
Spencer Pratt would have like had like a meltdown and been like, "This is the worst boat I've ever been on.
Yeah,
what the hell is this?"
Yeah, it someone said do it with Danny and Tyson.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think you also didn't have kids then either.
Well, I definitely had Dominic at the point that I was podcasting with Spencer, but probably it was pre-Anthony.
Because I know
the easier to get away with one.
The babysitting issue.
Now we have Caitlyn nearby.
That's true.
Yeah, I'll run that one past Nicole. Caitlyn babysit. We'll see. It'll be fun just to it'll be like I'll end up divorced when Nicole's head explodes, but Well, it could be worth it for a episode. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully we can get through the anniversary before this comes up. Yeah. All right. Katie, well, nice to talk to you.
Yeah, you too.
And hopefully you can find that RHAP person.
I know. I'm so alone here.
It's like a mystery of, who could it be?
Yeah.
So maybe if it's a patron, reach out.
That's what I was trying in the off-topic group, but yeah, to no avail. So
okay, now the story's out there. Okay.
Yep.
All right, Kate. Have a great night. Enjoy the below deck. Okay.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Okay. All right. There you go. All right. So got another person on hold. I got Catherine on hold. Let's go ahead and patch in Catherine. Okay. Catherine, hold on. Let me make sure you're not muted and unmute. Catherine.
Hear me?
Yes. How are you?
Okay. How are you?
Very good. What's going on?
Well, I wanted to say thank you because you sent me a card, you and Nicole, for being such a long-term patron.
Yes. I'm glad you got it. Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate, it's a long time now that we're doing Patreon, and there were some people that took a chance on us early on and have stuck with us, and just wanted to say how much we really appreciated that you have never gotten sick of us yet.
Definitely not have gotten sick of you. And the reason I originally became a patron was because the first live New York City show I couldn't get tickets to, and then when I heard that patrons got tickets early, I said, I have to be a patron. So I've been a patron ever since, just because of that, just so I can always get to the live shows.
So where are you in the
I'm in Brooklyn.
Okay, cool.
Brooklyn.
And then you've been to all of them since.
Yes.
Wow, look at you.
Yeah, it's been great. It's been great fun, and I really enjoyed it. And I listened to the podcasts, and the only reason I still watch Big Brother is because of the podcasts. And I've enjoyed it.
Has it been worth it this season?
Yes, yeah. It has. And I thought Caitlin was great TV. She drove me crazy, but
she's the best people. You need that.
You do. Mm-hmm. But I actually do the sage thing. So
okay. So why do you do it to make evil spirits go away?
Well, it's supposed to clean up the energy in your home, and I try and do it on the equinox or the solstice or whatever. And
yes. And do you find does it have a result?
I don't know if it does or not, but I've been doing it for a few years, and I just do it. It's just a tradition. So
yeah, well, I kind of feel like with that stuff, if you believe it works, then it works.
Right. Yeah.
If it makes you feel better, then it's working.
Yeah. That's sort of what I feel too. But the other thing I wanted to mention, and I'm not going to give away any spoilers, but did you hear that on the New Zealand finale, one of the finalists was wearing an RHAP shirt?
No, of course. I
was so excited. I was so excited for that.
Yeah, and I feel very, very silly that I have not been keeping up with it. But I had heard with the International Survivor that Survivor New Zealand in the beginning, I heard like, oh, it's slow, and I had heard that about the first season. I'm like, oh, maybe Survivor New Zealand's not really where it's at. And then I heard Survivor South Africa. Oh, it's so exciting. But then I've heard that Survivor New Zealand ended up being really exciting.
It was very good. I really enjoyed it. And again, I agree about season 1 on New Zealand. And I also, Australia season 1, I thought wasn't very good either, but both season 2s were excellent. Now, I haven't seen South Africa yet. I can't watch too many Survivors at once because I'd get all the players mishmashed in my head.
But let me just also thank Mark Percy, who does such a great job of tracking down all the links. And I think it's been very fun this summer because, we have these, there's really been no Survivor off season if you follow these other seasons. And he makes it very easy to get those links in the patron group. And so I know it's very appreciated by everybody, and it's exciting with to follow along these other seasons. And I had been on the Survivor South Africa podcast with Shannon and Mike, and I was like on a Twitter thread with like one of the contestants that are like, it's crazy to think like, here's this woman that's in South Africa that has like, I don't even think she listened to the podcast, but she was responding to somebody who had tagged her talking about a point I had made on the podcast. And I was just like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. But, I was so surprised to see that T-shirt, and I said, oh my gosh, that's really fantastic that there are people, because I don't, I know with the Facebook Friday and some of these call-ins, you have people from all over the world, but to have somebody actually be on New Zealand Survivor, that's really into RHAP, I thought that was just great.
Look, it's been a crazy year. That Jim Rosario made a post the other day about how, with, Kirsten was on Big Brother Canada 6, and then Laurel went, to the very end on Survivor Ghost Island, and Lisa being a patron in Survivor New Zealand, and Nick this fall going to be in Survivor 37. It's just like it's almost like every season of one of these shows we say, okay, who's the patron?
Yeah. And it would be fun actually if we could get a season of Survivor with the different international survivors all together with the US Survivor. I think that would be a very interesting.
Well, I don't know what about Russell being on Australian Survivor?
Yeah, I have to start. Yeah, I have to watch that. I really do.
Yeah,
I was never a Russell fan, though. I have to say, I've never.
You don't say.
No. I'm sure that comes as a big surprise.
Yeah. Do you think that Russell needed to burn sage before?
Yes.
Is that like Sandra burning?
Maybe I should send him some. Yeah. That'd be a good idea for him. Yeah. Very good idea.
I don't even like sage. I don't need it. I don't have any evil spirits. I am the evil spirit.
Right. He is.
Yeah, we'll see. It would be exciting, but yeah, it is like very fun that like there's this international community of Survivor players and podcast listeners. So it's I am humbled like to see stuff like that this crazy thing that I started doing in the spare bedroom has some sort of a reach of all over the globe.
Right. Yeah, no, it's true. It's great, but it's great fun. And it's just wonderful, as I say, listening to Taryn and his recap, because I could never watch the live feeds. A couple of years ago, I signed up for them and I just never got into watching them. But to hear the recap of the live feeds is a lot of fun. Unfortunately, I feel I waste a lot of hours listening to them.
Yeah, well, and Taryn does a really great job with it. And I'm glad that's a thing also. That we're able to have that happen every day, because I don't think that that this is necessarily something that anybody else in the world has done before. Right.
No, I think it's a lot of fun. It really is. And granted, it's got spoilers and whatever, but it doesn't ruin the episode for me, because even though I know, for instance, who's won and who's won the veto and this, that, and the other thing, I still enjoy watching it on TV when it goes on. So I think it's a lot of fun. So
yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for the call.
All right. I'll see you in October.
All right. See you at the live show.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye. Okay. All right. So, all right. I want to make sure that we're not going to, so I'm seeing that, I'm on the chat right now for of course we post this to the using the YouTube Hangout on air. I'm not sure if I see people are in the chat talking about for the LFC roundtable. So a special shout out to anybody who is an early arriver for the LFC roundtable. What I want to make sure is that we've never had this issue before. So I use YouTube to broadcast this. I want to make sure that I am not screwing up the LFC roundtable by being live on the YouTube for this. So I think what I may end up doing is just turning off the YouTube at the, I don't know how many people listen to the podcast version of this versus the YouTube version of this, but as we get closer to 8:30, I will cut off the YouTube version of this to make sure there is no conflict. I don't want to make sure that, I screw anything up with the LFC roundtable. Okay. So just making sure that, all of our ducks in a row. Okay. All right. So Let's keep going along. Anybody who is ready to chat, let's go to Chase. Chase is on the case. All right, let's go to Chase pops in. Chase, how you doing, buddy? Yes, here's Chase.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Chase, how are you?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Very good. And then, of course, we're taking calls here with the patrons of Rob's podcast. Here is Chase. Chase, what's new?
Just sports sucks for me right now. So
sports sucks for that. I have. I cannot relate to that at all.
Yeah. I was just wondering about the Mets, like if they were going to trade, DeGrom or Syndergaard or Wheeler.
Yeah, they didn't end up doing it. I think that they're like trying to delude themselves that they're going to compete in 2019. Spoiler alert, they're not. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Well, who's your teams?
It's Angels right now for
Angels.
baseball.
Yes.
Yeah. So they traded some of their like pieces that they got, like just like minor league guys. Were just like, okay, I guess
hard to get anybody.
Yeah, it's basically like guys in high A ball. I'm just like, are you kidding me? Just like they're never going to make it to the majors,
Yeah. So what's going on?
I don't know. I've been watching Big Brother this year. It's like better than the last couple seasons because I started in 18, I think.
Sure.
So like that season, I was just like, wait, so there's like teams, like, because it started off with like, I don't know, how did 18 start? Like you had four teams.
There were 4 returning captains, and then I don't remember if they had a draft or I think it was like then it was like a schoolyard pick where then one person picked another person, and then they had the 4 teams for a little bit.
Yeah, and then they had like the roadkill, and I'm just like, what's this thing? And they're just like, oh yeah, this is like a special thing that they just came up with. And then like I don't know, that was just like. It was just funny to watch because everyone's just like, oh, this is like the worst season ever. And like this first season I'm watching. And then I watched 19. Everyone's like, I can't believe I'm saying I wish we had people from 18 on,
Yeah, 18 is really not that bad in comparison. I think that Big Brother 18 is actually underrated.
Okay. Yeah. So I watched that. So I watched 18, 19, 20 this year. And then I went back and watched season 10. And like all I knew was like Dan won, but I didn't know anything else. I was just like, oh my,
that was 10 years ago.
Yeah, I know. It's terrible to watch too. Just like because it's all standard definition and like trying to watch standard.
Yeah. Big Brother didn't go to HD. I don't know. Was it 16? It was the first HD season.
Yeah, I think so. Like,
it took a long time. It took a minute to get the HD.
Yeah, because I was like, Survivor did that in Gabon,
which was like 2007 or 2008.
Yeah, so I was just like going through the season. I was like, okay, that should be like 14, I guess.
Okay, BB15 was the first. So Survivor went HD in 2008, and it was 5 years later when Big Brother went HD.
Yeah. So when they filmed with you, were they using digital or was it film? Or like how they do it? I
don't think it was film. I think they probably were recording to, like DV tape, but I honestly, like, it wasn't like the guys didn't have like rolls of film, like they weren't shooting on like a 8mm or anything like that.
Okay, yeah, it'd just be funny, just like having guys just run huge rolls of like film.
Yeah, check the gate. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think it was. I don't know exactly. It was a big camera, but I don't know exactly what they were using.
Yeah. So is it just like way smaller for the camera guys now?
I don't know. I've been out there in a long time. I guess I think so, but I have no idea what kind of equipment they're using out there.
Okay, yeah, because I was like I'm like a kind of a movie buff, so I was watching like behind the special features of Mission Impossible. I think it was 4 when like Tom Cruise was hanging outside the Burj Khalifa, and just like they had to shoot like IMAX film, and they said like the only way they get that process is like they had to ship it from Dubai to like Los Angeles, so it took like 4 days for them to see like how long it took to get their dailies and stuff like that. So
Have you seen the new one?
Yeah, just saw it. It's great.
It was good.
Oh yeah, it's totally worth the price of admission. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I heard it was good.
Yeah, it just like keeps getting better. Like 4, 5, and 6. Like I don't. 6 might be my favorite.
It's the weirdest movie franchise. It like started in 1995. Like Tom Cruise hasn't aged. It's weird.
Yeah, yeah. If you go like I was watching this YouTube video by this guy named Patrick H. Willis. He does like all these long form things. He's like basically Mission Impossible is Tom Cruise, like just like every stage of his career. Like in like 96, he's like this hot young shot guy coming up and starring all these hot shot movies. And then 2002 is like when you get like peak Cruise, you know, that's Mission Impossible 2, when it's just like, that's just a ridiculous movie.
Yeah, with the Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, Limp Bizkit, and then like Uncle Cracker on the soundtrack, and just like it's pretty fun. Yeah.
Okay. Did you have any questions you wanted to ask about?
Oh yeah. I guess about Big Brother. It's just like, do you think they should have done something like just to keep Caitlyn in the house? Just like, oh, you got another minute.
I don't know, you know, what they could do and keep the credibility. I mean, I think that the show hates to lose her, but I think at the end of the day, I feel like that they do also feel like that the show is the star, not any particular given player. So,
okay, yeah.
Like, I think that they, you know, whatever credibility the show has, I think they'd be worried about, like, pretend, like, you know, they gave her all the time in the world. At some point, I think they have to say, okay, it didn't work.
Yeah. Well, of course, I remember like Celebrity Big Brother, the first week, somehow Omarosa magically picks number 7, and she's like safe for the first week, you know?
Yeah. No, that was that. Look, if you wanted to put on your aluminum foil hat, you certainly could.
Yeah.
Omarosa picking the magic number to give her safety for a week.
Yeah. Well, like, I'm just wondering if like they're going to do something to that with like Australian Survivor and Russell, just like somehow his tribe gets like 3 travels safe or something like that.
I hope they don't do that, but you know, and with this reality TV stuff, you know, you never know what they're gonna pull.
Yeah, well, I mean, I figure it's like I just watch it as like just someone who just wants to be entertained. So just like, yeah, whatever. Just like all the like twists and stuff. I'm just like, you can do it. It just makes it more entertaining, unless it like screws over my fan favorite or something like that.
Yeah. Who's your fan favorite? Caitlyn?
Oh, no. Like, I liked her. It was fun. No, I was thinking like just Malcolm when he got voted out, like in that tribe twist. Like,
look, you're living dangerously. Like Survivor did a big twist. They lost a big star. You know, you're playing with fire with this stuff.
Yeah, but I'm just like, do you think production
you can't say like, all right, mulligan on that one. Let's do over. You know, you got to be willing to, you know, lose, you know, some of these big stars.
Yeah, but it seems like they should have just at least like talked it out, or like, do they just not even consider like
on which thing?
Like for like for in Survivor, like when Malcolm
I don't think they knew how it was going to go.
Really? Like it would like I know Probst loves like the alpha guys, so it's just like it was either like one of the big strong guys was going to get targeted by the other tribe because they're not going to try to vote out like
I mean, I think that's easy to say in hindsight, but I don't think that they knew how that was going to go if you get those two groups together.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's results based, but just like I remember just being so mad about that.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of stuff also with JT going back and forth, like stuff that they couldn't have predicted, of like JT trying to get something going with the other side and telling Brad Culpepper, hey, vote for Sandra. And so, I think that was just something that they had no idea how it was going to play out. In the same way that when they divided the tribes into 2 tribes of 5 this past season, I don't think they knew how that was going to, you know, turn out either.
Oh, yeah. Well, it seemed like they tried to throw those twists in, and then just like every time, like the Malolo tribe tried to like, it's going to be good for them. It's like they were always in minority every single like swap or like, and even that like, even in the post merge when they went to like 5 and 5, like that one, is that the one you were talking about? Yeah,
in this past season.
Yeah. It seemed like that was just tough luck on production. They're just like, come on, we just want something to happen.
They haven't gotten lucky with these.
Yeah.
But they still should try them. They still should, you know. I think that it keeps it on the toes. I think that the international versions have done a good job of like, you know, picking out what's worked and what's not worked. So You know, but you got to be willing to, try stuff, and maybe you lose somebody good.
Yeah, there you go. Well, yeah, I watched like the first season of Australian Survivor. I mean, like the new one, and just seeing like every week, it's just like, what are they doing?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was, that was a slog, the first
yeah.
Australian Survivor.
Yeah, and then I just remember, like I went on vacation for like the last week, and then Christy won, and then you guys were just like, I listened to the podcast, and you guys like, I can't believe she won. Just like,
Yeah, I still can't believe it.
yeah. You guys are just like, how did this happen?
I don't know how this
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
Because she really, they didn't show her doing anything.
Yeah.
But, she got to the end and she was like, hey, I did everything. I guess, and they really did not like Lee.
Yeah. Like, would you consider that a bitter jury or just a jury that just had no idea what they were doing?
I don't think that they were necessarily bitter, but I think that that it was sort of like in South Pacific, where I think that Lee was just trying to he wasn't really owning his game and trying to maintain that he had like all this morality and integrity. And I feel like that Christy, she just came off of winning that final 3 immunity. I think that that's always, the jury always likes that, the person that was counted out, the underdog. So she had that going for her, and she really did like pound the table and talk about how much she owned everything. And then, yes. Oh, are you coming? Are you saying hi? Okay. All right. Here. Oh, we have a special guest here. Let me see if I can go to my wide shot here. And we are joined in the studio by the first lady of podcasting. Was not expecting. You want to turn this mic on here? There you go.
Hello.
Here is Nicole, sister Nicole. How are you?
I'm good. Just want to say hi.
Yes. So
the boys are killing each other down there.
They're killing each other. Let me see if I can crop out my plaid. Too many plaid shirts on the chair over here.
Let's just show them.
Okay. Yes. So this is you get a little behind the scenes of what goes on in here. So I have a closet full of plaid shirts over there,
this one,
and then I put one on. And then I throw it off and I throw it on a chair.
He does that in the bedroom too.
Okay, hold on. All right. Actually, let me put Nicole up on your audio. I'm not getting yours on the mixer because of the way that this is set up. But let me see if I can do something here real quick. All right. Let's hear you now. Hold on. Can't hear yourself. Okay. Hold on. Try this. Take 2. All this technical stuff. Yeah. I can hear you. You can hear me. Yeah. But that's not working. Yeah. All right. So this is Nicole's throwing me off by coming, because I got to be able to record her thing. So I'm just gonna just switch this back. So exciting, right? Okay. All right. Let me add in a Nicole track here on my mixer. The way that this is, just to talk this through, is the way that this all works is that I'm recording a track for every input, and Nicole coming in here is throwing me off because I did not plan for a guest in the studio for this podcast. So what I will do is this. And then I'll stop that, and then I will bring in Nicole's mic, and then...
Are we losing people?
Probably. Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, so now we're recording Nicole's
Who are you
audio.
talking to?
This is Chase.
Hi, Chase.
Hi.
Talking
How's
to
it going?
Chase.
Sorry, I Patroncast bombed you.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
All right.
I thought you were drinking wine, but then I was like, oh, it's Starbucks.
No, it's just coffee.
Not yet. Chase, tomorrow is the 8th wedding anniversary for myself and the first lady of podcasting.
Congrats.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Where'd you guys get married?
When or where?
Where?
On Long Island.
Oh, okay.
The land of love.
Yes.
Yeah.
The most romantic place in the entire world. Long Island.
Yeah.
We like to call it Strong Island.
Yes.
Was it a big wedding?
Moderate.
Yeah, like 150.
Yeah.
I mean, we do like Survivor know-it-alls that are routinely bigger. So,
well, you don't have to pay for each of those people to eat. So
yeah, and I bet Know-It-Alls has more people that we want to be there.
Probably better guest list
Yes.
at the Survivor Know-It-Alls.
Yeah.
All right, Chase, thank you so much for the call. Anything else you wanted to ask Nicole?
No. Where's Rob taking you tomorrow?
We're actually going out tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. I'll be here talking to
you guys got him.
Audrey Middleton.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I'm sharing.
Sharing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So we're gonna have dinner tonight. Okay.
All
right. Chase, thanks so much.
Thanks for having me. See ya.
All right. There you go. All right. So Nicole, let me just reset what's going on here, because I know a lot of people are concerned, freaking out. Okay.
Over what?
All right. So we are right now. We're doing the show. This is the Patroncast. The way that this works is I'm recording the Patroncast to YouTube. What I did not realize was that, of course, the LFC Roundtable is coming up here in a couple of minutes. So,
they're going to boot you off.
Well, they're not going to boot me off, but there are some people that are here early for the LFC Roundtable, and they are able to see us. And
this isn't what they came for.
This isn't what they. Well, I don't think they're mad. I think they'd be looking at like a test pattern.
Yeah.
So they're not mad.
Mm-hmm.
But
they're not happy.
I don't think they're unhappy. Why are they?
Well, because you said it was a problem.
It's not. I'm just but I think that there are some people that are concerned. Rob doesn't know that he's also on this page right now.
Oh, okay.
But I do know.
Uh-huh.
I see it here. And so what I'm going to do here, though, is I'm going to cut the YouTube feed in the next 10 minutes or so.
Okay.
Maybe I'll get an update from let me text Taryn right now and find out and see if I could time this. And so if they're not ready to start right away, what time do you think you're starting LFC Roundtable? I was doing something.
What's going on?
What do you say? What's your problem?
You're texting on a live show.
All right, but I'm saying what I'm texting.
Okay.
Why is this bothering you? Sorry that this is not going along.
This is how you conduct business?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, guys.
Look, this is like a live story that's happening right now.
This is a live crap show.
How dare you?
What would happen if I wasn't here to entertain the people?
You're distracting me. You're not entertaining.
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't start right at 5:30.
Okay, and who are you yelling at?
You. All right, here. Let's bring on somebody who wants to talk.
Well, Rob texts.
Yes. Okay. Let's bring in somebody who is always entertaining. Okay. Do you know who it's gonna be?
I know who it's not.
Who, me? Well, why do you come in here and you're like the Zingbot of the Patroncast and just make fun of me? Yeah.
I'm not making fun of you.
All right.
This isn't a roast.
It feels like it. That you come in and make
all right,
fun
just
of
bring in the guest.
Okay. All right. Let's bring in the most popular guest on any Rob is a Podcast live show. Let's bring in.
His name is John
Johnston.
All right, let me talk to John.
Hey, Rob.
John, are you bootlegging something? John has had the camera pointing at his TV the entire time.
It's the man, the myth, the daddy Don Juan. Got all the patron ladies out here yelling, "Hey, guys!"
John is wearing a crown.
Wow, you get your own intro music.
Hi, Nicole.
Hi.
John, does this stink?
What stinks?
This live show?
No, I actually enjoy the fighting a little bit. Sorry.
Yeah.
You like it? Should we keep going?
It's a usual spouse thing.
Yes. Okay. John, did you hear that you were getting a request for Tampa Bay Buccaneers scouting reports earlier in the show?
Yeah, when I was twitching.
Sounds dirty.
Yes. All right. Easy. Don't get her worked up, John. All right. So, what, John, what's new?
It's been okay, I guess. I mean, New Zealand Survivor, just loved it, especially with the winner.
Yes. Okay. Well,
great winner.
We're trying not to
No
get too
no spoilers.
rabbit hole, John. So are you feeling any better about Caitlin being gone?
I'm still recovering, but I feel better.
Yes. Okay. Well, that's good, John. Do you have a new favorite?
Nobody.
Nobody. All right, John, are you gonna watch the all Survivor and Big Brother Fear Factor?
I have it on DVR.
You have no DVR?
No, I have it on DVR. I'll watch it.
Oh, you're gonna DVR it? Yeah, I got a podcast coming up tomorrow.
When is that on?
With Mike. It's on tonight.
Oh my god.
Got a lot going on. John, were you excited to hear that I'm going to be catching up with Dr. Sean Caniff soon?
I heard about that. So how did you get him?
So that I've been trying to track down survivors and people that you haven't heard from too much as part of our Survivor off-season podcast series. And I hadn't had a lot of luck, but I was just, it just like hit me. I'm like, oh, I bet, because he's my friend on Facebook. And I figured, let me reach out to him. And then he was very quick to respond, John.
He's been waiting.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Okay.
Sorry, Rob's texting you.
Nicole made me feel self-conscious. I just have to and God forbid Nicole would just like ask a question to buy me 5 seconds instead of just calling out like that nothing is happening.
It's easier just to call you out.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's so much better.
Well, then I don't have to think.
Yeah. John, do you have any questions for Nicole?
Can I get this out of here? Nicole, did you hear about Caitlin?
What? What?
Should I?
John is
Oh, you're getting the boot.
Oh!
All right, what about Caitlin? She coming here?
No. All right, let's go to
Rob,
Kyle.
now you have to tell me.
What do I have to? That nobody's coming here.
What about Caitlin? What did I not hear?
We didn't get to hear because John's connection was bad tonight.
Let's take another caller and they'll tell us.
Okay, let's go to who is this on the that's coming?
He's looking for someone loyal.
Let's see. Who's this? Let's go to. Hold on, we had Kyle.
Kyle, you better
are you there?
Spill the tea.
I'm here. Hey, Rob. Hi, Nicole. How's it going?
Kyle, what's going on?
What's up with Caitlin? Tell me the truth. He's texting.
Oh, not a whole lot. You know what? Actually, I wanted to talk about Caitlin. I wanted to say that I think it's a good thing she went home when she did.
Yes. Okay. Why?
I think that with a character like Caitlin, I think someone mentioned at the end of the Facebook Friday that it's you would have got bored. If she makes it to Final 5, by the time she leaves the house, nobody likes her. She leaves at Final 5. We're all happy. We all like her enough. We're all entertained by her, but she leaves before you get sick of her. You still want more. It's like the perfect dose of a character like that.
Yeah. Always go out on a high note.
Yeah. Costanza style. Exactly.
I'm out. Good night, everybody.
Yeah. So that was just what John was bringing up. I think that's the most important thing about Caitlin.
Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to tell you about was that I love the podcast you did with the Kiva the other day.
Oh yeah,
the catch up. Yeah, I love it whenever you're podcasting with the Kiva. So I'm really excited you guys are looking at doing something new. But I was disappointed to see on his Twitter earlier today that he said that Curb rewatch was the leading.
Narrowly. What's your vote?
I don't know. I think like either the 90s show or the music video thing would be good, only because I want you guys to be able to, like, without the rewatch aspect, I can actually listen with my girlfriend. Mm-hmm. And I can find that whenever there's a show, I can't listen. So if I have it on in the car, I'm listening to Survivor or something like that, she doesn't want to hear it. But if it's just you two being goofs and chat.
But is there any particular subject that you would prefer, as long as it's not just like recapping a show she didn't watch?
Yeah, mostly I like the reason I listen. I love
Seinfeld. Kyle's connection is cutting out a little bit, like John's was.
Unlike
national. Oh.
Here, Kyle, could you just reset that? Can you say that one more time?
Sorry about that, Rob. I said my favorite parts on the Survivor pod or on the Simon when you guys are talking about like international something stupid like that. Like those are the fun parts of the podcast. Yes. Better than like that's better than when you're actually recapping the show.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. Yeah. And I love getting the podcast with Akiva, so we'll figure something out. So, all right. So we'll see. Yeah, I don't really want to do a Curb rewatch.
Yeah. I vote against it as well. I vote against it as well, Rob. I think.
Nicole, what do you vote for? What should I podcast about with Akiva?
Whatever you guys are doing.
Okay. All right. I kind of like the idea of it could be like we have a big wheel of stuff and and then like we'll spin the wheel and then next week's show is going to be like it'll be watch a video or
Rob likes wheels.
You could do that on each episode. You could do that on each episode where like you had call it 10 topics on the wheel. Yes. And then you spin the wheel. And it's like you could do it like a PTI style. You have however long to talk about that topic and move on.
Yeah, I guess it could be a episode rewatch. It could be talking about a video. It could be talk about something of something that's happening in pop culture. I do the I Got Feelings challenge. Who knows?
Could be nobody wants to see that.
Dangerous. Yeah. All right, well, Kyle, thank you so much for the call. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Rob. Appreciate it. Take care.
All right, take care. Bye. All right, some great feedback there from Kyle. All right, there you go. So I texted to Taryn and I said, hey, just let me know when LFC Roundtable is coming. Okay. And he said he said that he did not have anybody on the call yet.
Okay.
So when he's going to give me the 2-minute warning. So when Taryn says LFC Roundtable is fired up.
When the whistle blows.
Yes. Okay. Oh,
no, Kyle's back.
So I put people on hold and they pop back. Kyle, did you want to come back?
Oh, I know I didn't mean. I mean, I'm happy to talk to you, but that was not my intention.
I thought maybe you thought of something else.
It's a good thing you weren't doing anything embarrassing.
I mean, if you had 30 more seconds, there is one other thing I'd like to tell you.
Yes.
I just wanted to say about how much.
So good now that you're in the house.
Sorry, yeah, I was outside.
No, it's nice outside. Don't be sorry.
Anyhow, really quickly, I want to say how much I like the podcast, all of it, but I wanted to tell my quick RHEP origin story.
Yes.
So I've been listening to you since the Malcolm Three Amigos Tribal Council with the Three Idols. And I just remember that day watching that amazing episode and finishing the episode and looking around and be like, I have nobody to talk to about this. Like there's nobody I don't talk to anybody about Survivor. I don't know anybody that watches Survivor. What do you do? Did the Google search, found you, listened to the know-it-alls that day and been listening since. And then what that led to me to do was not be so like ashamed that I watched Survivor.
Yeah. Well, that's sort of the beauty of podcasting, where it's, that like it used to, when there was 3 channels, you go to work and then like everybody there was only 3 things that you could watch. And now, everybody's doing different stuff. And that's where, things like podcasts and not specifically this one, but, you can find out there are other people that share your interests and, like hopefully, there's a nice community where you could talk to people and be able to have, conversation about the things that you're interested in, whether or not you know anybody who really likes that stuff.
Well, and I'm sure other people have this experience, but then once, like I said, because I listened to the show, I felt good about talking about Survivor. So then I would ask people that I knew. I would talk about Survivor more often. And then it turns out, oh, you watch Survivor too, or you watch Survivor too. Oh, this buddy watches Survivor. And then you're talking to other people about it. I found myself at a blackjack table in Niagara Falls talking to a guy about RHAP one time.
Yes. Who was it? Frank Clark?
I don't know. Oh. Some dude. But like, I mean, that's what happens.
Did he know what it was, or he just thought you were?
Yeah. I mentioned something about Survivor. And then he goes, oh, I listened to this great podcast. And I'm like, it must be your podcast. And he says, yeah. And then we had a laugh and we lost money and we moved on with our lives.
Yeah, right. Well, thank you for spreading the good word, Kyle.
No problem.
This was destiny that you came back.
Thanks, Rob. Appreciate it.
All right. Have a great night.
Bye.
Okay. Bye. All right. There you go. All right. Aren't we having fun, Nicole? Isn't this great?
Yeah. I'm still curious about Caitlin.
I think a lot of people probably are.
No.
Very interesting
Let's
figure.
Get to the bottom of this.
Here is Mike C. as we were waiting here for the LFC roundtable here, and a patron casting at the same time. I'm like the warm up act for the LFC. All right, Mike. Mike, how are you?
Sorry, I was muted. How are you, dude?
Yes, doing good, Mike. Well, what's
Hey, Nicole,
new?
how are you?
Hi.
Listen, my idea for the podcast you do with Akiva is you watch the second episode of TV shows.
Yes.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, well, somebody else was like, well, it's do the third season episode 15 of shows. It's always the third. Yeah. So lots of ideas that are out there.
Yeah.
Nicole, is there a first episode of a TV show that you would like to watch with Michael on his podcast?
I got a tweet from somebody about a Sopranos recap.
Oh.
I would listen to that.
Okay.
Well, you only watch the first episode with Mike.
The first episode is great.
That's a good note.
Yep.
I'm trying to build up a library and get a few of these things under my belt before I call in favors. So
okay.
But I'm still enjoying it. It's still been a fun hobby, and I'm still very grateful for my friends and people that I don't even know messaging me and saying, let's do it. I want to do this show. So it's been a lot of fun so far.
Yes.
I'm hearing some craziness going on downstairs.
All right.
So I'll see you guys later.
All right. So that thank you, First Lady of Podcasting, for joining us here on the podcast. Okay. All right. There you go. All right, Michael. It's just us now.
Oh, now we can talk all we want to about Caitlin.
Yes. I mean, freaking John.
Not that's a real not a bro move by John.
That's a John. Yeah. Classic John. Okay.
What he does.
Yeah.
I know that we've been really having a lot of the international seasons, but I'm looking forward to Australia starting tomorrow.
Yeah.
That should be a lot of fun.
What a trifecta for international survivor of New Zealand, South Africa, Australia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you watch the little preview, like the first 14 minutes?
Preview? Let me just also again remind the YouTube chat. I'm just an opening act here. You're only seeing this because I'm live. I'm posting to my YouTube channel. This was supposed to be unlisted, but because the way that we have this set up, that anytime if you have this link, we're doing something on YouTube. If you have this link, you can see it. So I got to figure that out for Patroncast August 2018. But don't worry, I'm not running over that when the LFC is ready to go. I will step aside, and you will be watching the stock watch and everything going on in the Big Brother 20 house. But when they're ready, you will see them.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
So you said you did see the little 15-minute preview, the
Yes.
opening. I'm a little surprised that, and spoilers for those who did not see the 15 minutes, I'm a little surprised that they didn't do the thing they did in Redemption Island, where Russell joins them afterwards. Where you don't see LaPalia being it's not 23. Here comes Russell.
Yeah, but I don't think that they are building a season around him. He's there just like John Rocker is in season San Juan del Sur, season 29. He's just there. He's one of the people. If they recognize him, they recognize him. If they don't, they don't. But I don't think that they were going to out him as being if nobody knew who he was. I don't think that Jonathan would have said and here he is. Okay. All right.
How would you describe the Russell look for Australian Survivor season 3?
I don't know why he would look the white shirt with the vest. I feel like that is a weird look.
He looks like a magician. He looks like...
All right, hold on. So I got the text from Taryn. LFC Roundtable is coming up. Patrons, I'm sticking with you guys. If you're watching me on the Zoom link or in that's also there in the Patron Facebook group. I'm going to keep on going answering your questions. What I am going to do is I'm going to and the YouTube broadcast here. For anybody who is watching this in the archives, we'll have to continue on with the audio version, which is going to be in your Patreon podcast feed. And if you're watching this and you want to know more about becoming a patron, go to robswebsite.com/patron. So, Michael, hold on one second. Let me end this on. Let me stop the live stream and.